Hey guys, welcome back to another video of TechWafer. Hopefully you're having a great day. Adil here, your host, and in this video I'm about to unbox a product from Infinix, and it is catered towards gamers in the budget series. And this phone is Infinix Hot 12. The phone is powered by MediaTek Helio G85 chipset along with 6 GB of RAM, which is expandable, and at the top of that you are getting 128 GB of internal storage. We'll dig into each feature of the smartphone in the first impression section, but before that, I'd like to let you know that the smartphone is going to be available for sale on 11th May officially, but you can pre-order this smartphone on 9th May on Xpark, and whoever pre-orders the Hot 12 will get free earbuds from Infinix. Not only that, but Infinix for this smartphone has collaborated with the Free Fire, and that means that you will get free goodies when you pre-order this smartphone in the box. And now, let's just jump on to the unboxing and the first impressions of the product, and here we go. Okay guys, so now that we are done with the unboxing of Infinix Hot 12s, and the very first thing that you will notice once you set up the device is the custom theme that they have offered in this particular smartphone. They are offering a lot of customization. All the icons that are natively available in the Infinix smartphones are designed or recreated for this particular smartphone's campaign of Free Fire. Not only that, but the whole menu has been revamped. So there we go. Now let's just talk about the design of the smartphone. And the very first thing that you will notice in the smartphone is its classic back. You're getting this shiny and glassy look at the back, and the phone is designed so well. At the first glance, you may be tricked to accept that this is a glass back, but actually it is a plastic back, but the finishing is too good. So thumbs up to Infinix for doing such an amazing job here. Now let's just talk about the camera bump right there. The smartphone carries a triple camera setup and an LED flash in a rectangular camera bump, and it is quite minimal camera bump, and it can be easily covered with a silicone case. And while we're speaking about that, let's just apply it. And another cool thing is that the overall look of the smartphone is not affected by the silicone cover, so there we go. Speaking about the sides, the smartphone carries a power button along with a volume rocker at the right side of the smartphone, and the power button also acts as a fingerprint scanner. So let's just test its performance. It is quick and snappy. The buttons are reasonably clicky and easily approachable, so no complaint there too. At the left side of the smartphone, you'll find the SIM tray, and it carries a dedicated micro SD card slot along with dual SIM slots, so you can expand your storage whenever you want. Even though the smartphone's back is shiny and glassy, but still it does not affect the overall performance, and it does not attract the fingerprint smudges. As you can notice, the flat edges of the smartphone makes it easier to hold and operate the smartphone when using it, and specifically the positioning when you are playing the game is quite decent. And as per the company, this particular design won't hurt even when you're playing games for longer durations, and I personally think it's a good move, specifically for the gamers out there. So there we go with the design aspect. Now let's just talk about the display. Speaking about the display, the smartphone carries a 6.82 inches 90 Hz refresh rate IPS panel, and obviously 90 Hz refresh rate is better than 60 Hz. The overall resolution of the smartphone is 1612 into 720 pixels, so you're getting a 720p panel. But let's just check out the quality of the display by playing a video on it. Even though it's an IPS panel, but still the overall color and saturation of the colors on the display is decent, and the viewing angles are not as great as of some other competitive devices in this particular price tag, but still these are viewable. But at the same time, you're getting a 90 Hz refresh rate, which is rarely available in this particular price tag. For the pixels people out there, the smartphone carries 259 pixels per inch density, and the screen to body ratio of the smartphone is 84.5%. The overall bezels of the smartphone are quite thinner except for the bezel at the bottom, but that is surely expected from a phone in this price tag and a phone that carries an IPS panel, so I cannot complain about that here. And while we're speaking about the display, the phone features a dual speaker setup. Let's just test them out. And I must say that I'm surprised by the speaker setup that they're providing in the Hot 12. And so far, I have not tested a device that falls under this price tag and had such speaker setup. So overall, the smartphone is going to provide an exceptional media experience as well as an amazing gaming experience. Now speaking about the software, this phone is running XOS 10.6 based on Android 12.0, which is the latest Android operating system available out there in public. Now let's just talk about the XOS, and Infinix has worked really hard and they've improved their skin a lot. Now you are getting the stock Android experience in this smartphone. The basic apps like messaging and dialer and a lot of other apps are being used from the stock Android, and they are definitely worth mentioning because the overall experience of the smartphone becomes much faster for normal users out there, and at the top of that, the overall performance of the smartphone improves too. So there we go. As far as the notification area is concerned, you are getting the standard look of the XOS. There are some scenarios where you'll be pushed with the custom notifications which may pop up time to time, and you can just swipe them or disable them by going into the settings. Because the Infinix Hot 12 is a phone catered towards the gamer, so it is carrying a powerful chipset which is the MediaTek Helio G85. The RAM is further expandable with the RAM expansion technology, which definitely improves the overall user experience, and the background apps runs quite faster when you have enabled this feature. And while we are speaking about the performance, let's just check out the benchmarks. And on Geekbench 5, the Infinix Hot 12 has managed to get 363 single core scores and 1247 multi-core scores, which is quite decent considering the price range. And when it comes to the Antutu benchmarks, which is standard especially for the gamers out there, you are getting above 200,000 score. It's almost 250,000 score, and it is quite decent. You won't find any trouble running games like PUBG and Free Fire Arena and a lot of other apps that consumes a lot of resources. Overall, when it comes to the performance, this phone is not only great for the gamers out there, but it's an impressive choice for the normal users who are looking to buy a device for the daily usage, for messaging, calling, and social media usage, because the MediaTek Helio G85 is a reasonable performer and it won't let you down in the daily operations as well. And at the top of that, there's a plus point that you are getting a 6 GB of RAM. Normally we get 4 GB of RAM in this price range. And now speaking about the camera setup of the device, you are getting a triple camera setup on this smartphone, with the primary sensor being 13 megapixel with f1.8 aperture with a 2 megapixel depth sensor, a QVGA sensor, and an LED flash placement at the back. And at the front, you are getting an 8 megapixel selfie shooter in a punch hole cutout. And as far as the performance of the cameras are concerned, you are looking at the camera samples on your screen right now. Do let me know what do you think of it, and I will dig deeper and dive into the camera department in the complete review, so stay tuned for that as well. Speaking about the camera feature, you are getting the short video, the video mode, the AI camera, there's a beauty mode, the portrait shots, and there's also super night mode. Speaking about the video recording, you can record 1080p video and even up to 2K video on this smartphone, and the sample of the video is already appearing on your screen. You can record up to 2K video from the front camera as well. Normally the phone in this price tag tends to provide maximum of 1080p video recording. Here's a front cam sample from Infinix Hot 12's 8 megapixel camera recorded at 2K 30 frames per second. Now speaking about the battery life and the battery part of the smartphone comes with a 5000 mAh massive battery that is to be charged with 18 watt power brick, and hopefully that power brick is going to charge the smartphone up to 100%. And in the battery setting, you're getting different profiles which can enhance or reduce the battery depending on your usage. And for the gamers out there, battery is a main concern, and power intensive and graphic intensive games tends to use more battery. And as per Infinix, you can play up to 13 hours of non-stop gaming on this smartphone, and I'm really surprised by the claim, and I'm definitely going to test it for sure. Okay guys, so that was pretty much it about the unboxing and the first impressions of the Infinix Hot 12. Do let me know if you have any query related to the smartphone in the comment section below, or if you want me to perform a specific test for the review video, do let me know that as well. And these were the first impressions of the Infinix Hot 12. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace out.